Hey guys, part 2 of the Hoyo de Monterrey Excalibur Dark Night. Here it is. Show it to you backwards so the ash won't fall off. It's been probably only 10-15 minutes since I ended the last part, so probably 30 to 40 minutes in. As you can see, it's smoking very quickly. It really picked up speed after the first inch. And it's just been burning very fast. So so far nothing too much has changed, except it's gotten a little bit harsh, kind of like where cigars usually get over here is when they start getting like that, but this one a lot earlier. Just shows that not the best tobacco, not bad, just you know, kind of got a bad quickly, or not bad, just harsh. You know, the flavor, you know, the flavor, the complexity, the enjoyment is kind of gone, and now it's gone more into smoking just to smoke, more because it's a habit. Because right now it's just pretty much dark, harsh tobacco taste right now. What a non-smoker would expect. That's what this is right now. Just thick, semi-acrid, harsh, hot smoke. Pretty much. That's about it. The flavor is almost completely gone. Aside from what I mentioned, it's just a little bit. It's retained a little bit of that salty tinge it had. It's kind of peculiar, but it reminds me of the Pt.2, the black one. I'm not sure what it's called, but the one with the black and gold band that comes in the tube. Kind of similar, but I think that one's a little bit saltier, a little bit meatier. So far, not horrible. I think I'd rethink my first impression of it, bring it from a 5 to a 6 at least. Just that you know, if I could find this for $5 or less, I probably would buy a few just to have. But I wouldn't pay more than $6 for it. Even 6, kind of, you know, there's dozens of cigars that cost $6 that I enjoy more than this. Also hundreds that I haven't tried at that price range, because that's a pretty common price range, $5 to $6. And I know that many cigars that I like cost that much, and many cigars probably that I don't know yet, you know, cost that much. That's a real, it's kind of like a very common price range. And this isn't one of the, this isn't really high up there in my favorites. Like I said, 6 out of 10 probably. Not horrible though, not bad. Just nothing, you know, nothing to go crazy about. See, a lot of smoke. That's the only saving grace that this has for me. Excuse me, is that gives off a lot of thick smoke. And it's one of my favorite things. I really like that. That's what brought it from a 5 to a 6. Here's the band. Comes off nicely as I knew it would. It was placed very well. They took their time to align it properly and put the right amount of glue, so it doesn't seep through and get onto the band, onto the wrapper. I mean, and take a chunk of the wrapper off with it when I take it off. So that means they did take their time. They know what they're doing. They didn't cut corners in construction and assembly. It's just the blend itself, flavors that I'm not so crazy about. It does have a little bit of a nuance in there, kind of something that's what's keeping me smoking it, is there's a little nuance, a little flavor in there that I can't really pinpoint, you know, a name for it, but just like an archaic, like a nice, like a faint wood. Just this little nuance in there that's clinging in the back, just hovering in the back, kind of hidden, real hard to pinpoint what it is, and so subtle. It's easy to just completely not even notice it. But you know, when I smoke cigars, after a while, I learned to look for the nuances and the little hidden flavors and subtleties. And this has something like that there in the back that I can't really pinpoint, and it's you know, it's real faint, but it's there. It's kind of like a nice little woody flavor, real faint. A little aftertaste as well. Like I said, if you can find this for real cheap, anything less than 5, I'd pick 1 or 2 up. It's I guess it would serve the purpose of, you know, something a little bit stronger than your typical Connecticut that's real cheap, like a Vega Fina or some other ones that I know. I think one Don Lugo, I think, is one of them, or Don Domingo. Don Domingo, I think that's the one. Real cheap Connecticut, good cigar. But if you can find this for less than 5, it's good. Just a little bit, kind of like a step up from a Connecticut for your everyday, like an everyday cigar. Nothing complex, nothing, you know, super rich. Just something to smoke on. That's not very expensive. When you want something a little bit stronger than your typical Connecticut, than your typical mild cigar. So it's not that bad, but like I said, more than $6, I wouldn't drop that money for this. And like I said, consistent, nothing's changed too much, so pretty much the same since the beginning, just got a little bit harsh quickly. And as you can see, it smoked real fast. It's about halfway at around 40-45 minutes. Kind of normal, but a tiny bit faster than usual. Also, the smoke is getting pretty hot, kind of quickly. It's got an aftertaste now that's coming on that's you know, a bit accurate. Just the buildup of the residue is getting real thick. I had nothing to wash it down or to cleanse the palate, so it's easier to pick up. You know, the after a while, smoking the same cigar, if it's not so, you know, if it's not so much in the quality, just the way it is. You know, certain cigars, they leave a residue, and it builds up in some cigars faster than others, and it's more noticeable in some cigars than it is in others. That harsh build up towards the end, it's from all the residue from each draw. It just builds up little by little, and it's a little bit more noticeable with this one, but not that much. But I already have that residue, that aftertaste that just stays there, it lingers. Still not a bad cigar. Pretty much the only reason I kept it going is obviously for the purposes of the review, but mostly for, you know, if I wasn't reviewing it, I would have thrown it away if it wasn't for the thick smoke, which I really like. That's, like I said, that's a saving grace. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have thrown it. Nearly to the last third. Let me check the 8 minutes. Okay, so probably at 10. If nothing changes by then, I'll end it, but let's try to get into the last third. Again, it's advertised as full body, but I don't see it being full body. Medium at most, maybe medium full, but I don't see it being a full body cigar. Also, again, I should mention probably the nicotine, although everyone has a different tolerance to it. I'm not feeling anything, so probably a very low nicotine content. Now it's getting real harsh. Probably ended soon, but it's getting real harsh. Like I said, the flavor is almost completely gone. Right now it's just pretty much, if you keep smoking it, it's just, you know, for the sake of smoking it and, you know, getting, I guess, your money's worth, but not so enjoyable from, you know, from now. So I think I'll cut it soon. I'll cut it around right now. Just final synopsis, I guess. 6 out of 10. You know, If it costs more than $5, I'd stay away from it. Not a bad cigar. If you really want to try it, go ahead. I'd say try it, but definitely don't go buy a box before you try it. If you could find a box for 20 of these for less than 60, maybe you could trade it or sell it later, or maybe 25 for less than 70, I guess. But individually for $5 or less, I'd buy one. But if it's anything more than $6, I'd say it's not worth it. Alright guys, I'll end it here. It's just getting real harsh, more than usual. Like I said, not horrible. Give it a shot if you want, but again, definitely don't go buy a box without trying it first. More than usual. That's it. Alright guys, till next time.